Hi children, good morning everybody. Welcome to 9th standard second language English YouTube classes. Dear children, today let us study about one of the poems which is prescribed in 9th standard called Upagupta. Got it? And this is one of the beautiful poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. Got it? Who is Rabindranath Tagore? Yeah. Yes, he is a well-known writer of the Indian English writer children. And he is not only the well-known writer, but also a well-known poet, dramatist, and a critic too. And he is the first ever man in India who got Nobel Prize for his literature. For his works, Geetanjali, Rabindranath Tagore won the Nobel Prize in 1913. He also called the Shakespeare of Bengali children because of his writings that he was very familiar throughout the world. He wrote in Bengali also. He was born in 1861, that too in a very affluent family or a very rich family children. He has a background of the rich family children and he was educated well by his family members, and that is why he got an extra ideas and more than extra ideas children, that he was influenced and he was motivated towards the writing. His education helped him to become a great writer in his life children. And also that we had seen in 8th standard that he has established the Shantiniketan, which has a unique way of learning style. He was the founder of internationally famous institutions that is called Vishwabharati, what we have said, the Shantiniketan. And his poetry is profoundly and unmistakably Indian. The nativity had foresighted in his writing children. He has tried to use the nativity in his writing children. He restates the wisdom of India in verse by mingling love, friendship, and the music. But children, this is what about the Rabindranath Tagore children. He was considered one of the greatest asset of the Indian literature. Got it, children? Yes. Shall we move on to the poem now? Yes. All of you open your textbook children, page number 24. Have you opened? Yes. Yes, children. Have you opened your textbook? Page number 24 children. Dear children, I will recite the poem first. You just follow, and while reading children, you underline the new words or the unfamiliar words or the difficult words while I am reading. After finishing the recitation, after the recitation, I will give you the meaning of those new words children. Okay. While I am reading, you follow the rhythm, style, and the mood and pitch of the poem children. Got it? Shall we start? Okay. Open your textbook, page number 24. Look at there. Upagupta, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep the dust by the city wall of Mathura. I repeat again. Upagupta, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep on the dust by the city wall of Mathura. Lamps were all out, doors were all shut, and the stars were hidden by the murky sky of August. Whose feet were those tinkling with anklets? Touching his breast of a sudden, he woke up startled, and the light from the woman's lamp struck his forgiving eyes. It was dancing girl, starred with jewels, wearing a pale blue mantle, drunk with the wine of her youth. She lowered her lamp and saw the young face austerely beautiful. Forgive me, young rustic, said the woman. Graciously come to my house. The dusty earth is not fit bed for you. The young rustic answered, Woman, go on your way. When the time is right, I will come to you. Suddenly the black night showed its teeth in flash of lightning. The storm growled from the corner of the sky, and the woman trembled in fear of some unknown danger. A year not yet passed. It was evening of a day in April in spring season. The branches of the waywide trees were full of blossom. Gay notes of the flute came floating in the warm spring air afar. Upagupta passed through the city gates and stood at the base of the rampart. Was that a woman lying at his feet in the shadow of the mango grove? Struck with a black pestilence, her body spotted with the sores of smallpox. She was hurriedly driven away from the town to avoid her poisonous contagion. The ascetic sat by her side, took her head on his knees, and moistured her lips with water and smeared her body with sandal balm. Who are you, merciful one? Asked the woman. The time at last has come to visit you, and I am here, replied the young ascetic. Look at the poem, my dear children. How beautifully the poet has described the dancing girl and Upagupta. Got it? So go through the poem silently for a few minutes, children. And I will say the meaning of some new words, children. You take down those new words. Got it? Okay. See, children here. Upagupta. Yes. I hope that you will take the meaning of new words, children. See, in the very first line of this poem that we have the word disciple here. Got it, children? See, what do you mean by disciple? Yes. Disciple in the sense follower. Got it? Okay. Then gay, G-A-Y, gay. What do you mean by gay? Gay in the sense happy. Got it? Tinkling. Yes, that we had seen the word tinkling there. Got it now? What do you mean by tinkling, children? Yes, the word tinkling means making pleasant or metallic sound. You can observe that particular word in this poem. Look at that. Yes. Startled. See, another word is there. Startled. What do you mean by startled? Startled in the sense extremely surprised. Look at this particular word as repeated in the paragraph number 2. Get it? Got it, children? What do you mean by startled, children? See here. This is startled. Startled in the sense extremely surprised, shocked. All of a sudden, sometimes that we will be shocked or not. That's why. So, then forgiving. Forgiving. In the same paragraph, in the paragraph number 4, that we have that word in the last line. Look at there. Forgiving. Forgiving in the sense, okay, sorry or ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿದಿರ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Here it means merciful or excusing. Star means, what is the quality of star? Shining. Okay, in the same paragraph, children. Starred with jewels. Okay, starred, and he woke up startled. Okay, okay. In the next paragraph that we can see there. In the third paragraph that we can see in the first line, children. Look at there. The star. Look at the word star there. Got it? Yes. See there. Then mantle means dress. Drunk with the wine of her youth. Proud of her youth and beauty. Okay. Drunk with the wine of her youth, in the sense it is a description of the poet in order to explain the age or youth of that lady. Then there are some other words also there. Asturdly beautiful means reflecting the beauty of Aztec. Graciously, it means kindly. Growl, a long deep sound or series of sound. Afar, far away. Full of blossom. Blossom in a sense heavy flowers. Okay, blossoms in a sense flowers. Base, support. Struck, affected. Black pestilence in the sense a infectious disease that spreads quickly and kills a lot of people. Okay, infectious disease. The COVID-19 is also infectious disease. Got it? It spreads from one person to another through some coughing and sneezing. Got it? That type of diseases are called infectious diseases. Then here it is chicken pox or smallpox ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ, ಸಿಡುಬು ರೋಗ ಅಂತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದು. Contagion in the sense the spreading of the disease by the contact. Contagious disease. Even COVID-19 is also contagious disease. Smeared in the sense applied, that we will put, smear the bomb, Z bomb or iodix or methoplasma, that is smeared. Rampart, a high wide wall of the earth built around the cattle or the town. Just like in Kannada we say it is a kote. Got it, children? So I hope that you have got an idea of the new words, children. It's in your textbook also. Yes, you read those new words and get the meaning. Okay. Yes, let's come to the first paragraph, children. Before going to start the explanation, children, that I have some doubts, children. Who is the person referred here? Or who is Upagupta? Yes? Very good. Upagupta is a disciple of Buddha. Disciple in the sense follower, is a student. Okay? Is a anuyayi. ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, Buddha had so many disciples, children. In those disciples, Upagupta is one among them. Got it? The person who referred in the poem is Upagupta. So, children, Another lady is also mentioned in the poem. See, as we go through the poem, we come across the two main characters in this poem chain. The first one is, we come to know that is a Upagupta. Who is second one? Yes, the second character is mentioned in the poem is the dancing girl. Am I right? So who is the dancing girl? Yes, the dancing. The name of the dancing girl is Vasavadatta. Keep in your mind, children. Write down. The name of the dancing girl is Vasavadatta. The poet is describing both Upagupta and Vasavadatta in this poem. So, the city is also mentioned here, Mathura. Do you know? See, yes, the city is also mentioned here, that is Mathura. Mathura is one of the historical place in India, and also it is the birthplace of Bhagavan Lord Sri Krishna. Got it? So that is in those days it was built with a rampart. Rampart in the sense ಕೋಟೆ ಅಂತ. ಕೋಟೆ ಕೊತ್ತಲಗಳಿಂದ ತುಂಬಿದಂತಹ ನಗರ ಚಲ. So there Upagupta was sleeping on the dust, or he was sleeping on the ground. Upagupta was a young ascetic. Ascetic in the sense he was a follower of Buddha, and he was leading some very simple life. Usually the followers of Buddha and the saints will lead the simple life now. In the same way that he was also simple, leading the simple life. One day he was sleeping on the wall by the side of city wall of Mathura. Got it? It was already dark night, and it is the season of rain, children. It was in the this incident had been occurred in the rainy season. At that period, some incident had happened. That incident was narrated beautifully by the poet here. Look at the first paragraph, children. Shall we see? Have you understood the background of the poem, children? Here, that we could see the two characters, main two characters, they are Upagupta, who was the disciple of Buddha, who was the follower of Buddha, and another girl, a beautiful girl, was referred here was Vasavadatta, who is the dancing girl of Mathura. What happened one day? Let us see. Shall we? Shall we start? Shall we learn the poem stanza by stanza, children? Okay? Yes. Just a minute. Yes, children. Look at the first paragraph. Upagupta, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep on the dust by the city wall of Mathura. Got it, children? Who is Upagupta? Yes, Upagupta is a disciple of Lord Buddha. Where he was sleeping, children? He was sleeping on the dust by the city wall of Mathura. In the sense, just he was sleeping on the ground, children. He was not worrying about, he is not expecting any comfort to sleep, children. He was sleeping on the dust by city. It shows the simplicity of that Upagupta, children. When he was sleeping on that night, was the night, children. See how the poet has described the night of on that day. Lamps were all shut, lamps were all out, doors were all shut, and the stars were all hidden by the murky sky of August. Look at the lines, how the poet has beautifully described the night of that day, children. Lamps were all out. There was no light. There was no street lights. Okay. Actually, there was no the electric facilities, children, during that period. In the sense, they were using some chimneys. Okay, in the roads. They were all out. All the lamps were out, both in the street and the home. And doors were all shut. Everybody closed their outdoor main doors, and the stars were all hidden by the murky sky of August. Stars were hidden in the sense kept secretly. Who was hidden the stars? The murky sky of August. Murky sky in the sense the cloudy weather. Got it, children? Murky in the sense the covered with the darkness. Got it, children? See, all the stars were hidden by the murky sky of August. August in the sense it's usually the rainy season. Na? In rainy season, the clouds are common. We could when the clouds are appeared on the atmosphere, children, we can't see the stars and moon in the night. It looks little dark. Okay, so it was a very dark night. So we can conclude the first paragraph like this, children. One day, Upagupta was sleeping on the ground in the city wall of Mathura. That was a very dark night, and it has a very cloudy weather. All the lights of that city were out in the sense off. Okay. When he was sleeping on the ground, children, whose feet were those tinkling with anklets? Tinkling, that we had seen the meaning of the word tinkling there, making pleasant metallic sound. Jal, 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 geche sound. That is tinkling. When he was sleeping, somebody came walking towards the place where he was sleeping. Whose feet were those tinkling with anklets? Anklets in the sense? Gejje. Gejje hakondu sound bantu. Gejje nada aita. Gejje sound barta aita. Touching his breast all of a sudden. When he was sleeping on the ground, children, somebody came in that direction. That person didn't know, okay, the man who is sleeping there, all of a sudden that he slipped by touching his breast. ರಾತ್ರಿ ಕತ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಓಕೆ ಅವರು ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ ಆದರು. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ ಆದರು. ಓಕೆ, just a minute. Yes, who is that? Is it the lady or gents? Yes, you are right. That is the lady. Okay. How can you say? Usually the ladies wear the anklets now. That the poet has described that lady came with wearing the anklets, and she made some tinkling sounds with her anklets now. That's why we come to know that exactly that's a lady. See, whose feet were those tinkling with anklets, touching his breast of a sudden. All of a sudden, that lady touched his breast unknowingly, children. Keep in your mind. It was not intentional. It was not intentional because it's already late night. It was already dark. That's why unknowingly she touched his breast and slipped. So he woke up startled, and the light from the woman's lamp struck his forgiving eyes. What did the Upagupta do? When somebody slipped, he woke up startled. All of a sudden that he got up, children. Because when you are sleeping, children, just think that you are sleeping. If somebody makes some sound, all of a sudden, what you will do? You will be terrified, and you will be startled, and you will be puzzled now. So, in the same way, here, Upagupta was startled. Startled in the sense here? Okay, he was extremely surprised because somebody has touched. He was in a deep sleep, okay, and he was startled. And that lady and that light from the woman's lamp struck his forgiving eyes. The woman who slipped by him, okay, that she brought her lamp towards the face of this young ascetic, or towards this man called Upagupta. And there were, that we can see, the forgiving eyes, in the sense that we can observe the sorry. She is expressing extremely sorry through her eyes itself. In the sense, she was repenting of her mistake. She was excusing with her eyes about her mistake. Sorry ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅವಳು ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲೇ ಕಾಣ್ತಿತ್ತು. Because she also didn't know the person who is sleeping there. Okay. And that lady is none other than the Vasavadatta. Got it, children? So when she brought her lamp towards him, and there was a yes, forgiveness in her eyes, children. You might have seen in your textbook. See, look at this picture, children. Yes, in this picture that you can observe how that lady is going downing her lamp towards the Upagupta. Okay, you understood the second paragraph, children? Okay. Next, who is that lady? Yes, it was the dancing girl. What is the name of that girl? Yes, the name of that girl is Vasavadatta, children. That dancing girl was starred with jewels, wearing a pale blue mantle, drunk with the wine of her youth. Wow! Look at the poet, children. How beautifully that he described the beauty of the dancing girl here. It was dancing girl who slipped by Upagupta, children here. Yes, that lady called Vasavadatta, the dancing girl of Mathura, unknowingly she slipped. When she slipped, she expressed her sorry to that fellow children. And that dancing girl was starred with jewels. Starred with jewels in the sense shining. She was wearing full of jewelry, wearing a pale blue mantle. She was wearing the light blue saree and drunk with the wine of her youth, looking extraordinary beautiful, and she is a very young girl, children. Sweet, 16, 17, 18, like that. So she was in her young age, she was looking utterly beautiful. See that? She lowered her lamp. She was looking very beautiful, children. Got it? See, they may ask in your examination for 2 marks. How was the beauty of the dancing girl described in the poem? How did the poet describe the beauty of the dancing girl? Write down this question, children. The dancing girl was starred with jewelry, wearing with pale blue mantle, drunk with the wine of her youth. It means she was a very young, beautiful lady and was wearing full of jewelry, and also she was dressed with a blue color saree. That lady lowered the lamp and saw the young face, utterly beautiful. That lady brought her lamp to the ground to see who is that person maybe. And when she looked to that man, who is that man? Yes, that man is a Upagupta, and he was also looking utterly beautiful. Utterly means extremely beautiful. He was also a young man, young person. So, got it, children? Have you understood this paragraph? Yes. On this paragraph, they may ask 1-2 marks question, children. How was the dancing girl described in the poem? Do you write? Yes. So you move on to the next one. When she looked at the youngest chick, looked at the young person called Vasavadatta, she said, "Forgive me, youngest chick," said the woman. "I am really sorry, youngest chick. I don't know. I did not know that you were sleeping here, and that's why I am extremely sorry." She begged the sorry, and she invited, graciously come to my house. The dusty earth is not fit bed for you. What did the woman do here? She begged excuse She said sorry to him and she invited the young ascetic to her home. Okay, it shows the kindness and the generosity of that lady, children. She is not proud of her immense beauty, children. She was not proud of her beauty. She was also a very kind-hearted and had a helping nature, children. Some people, if they are beautiful, if they looks beautiful, what do they do, children? They feel proud of their beauty and they show some extra, okay, what do you say that? Extra a word that I forgot, children, sorry. Okay, I will tell you that word. Okay, I am not getting that word, children. Okay, anyhow, like that, they will show some nakras. Okay, but here this lady is not doing any nakra. She is she is down to the earth, children. Look at the nature of this girl. She invited the disciple to her home. It shows the simplicity and also her repentance for doing the mistake by touching his breast when he was sleeping, children. And what she did was not wrong, children, because that was already dark night now. Unknowingly she did. Got it? So, when she invited the person to her home, did he go to her home? No. The young ascetic answered, okay, when she invited to her home, the young ascetic answered, woman, go on your way. Oh lady, okay, go on your way. You go to your home that I will sleep here only. He did not accept to come to her home. When she invited, he politely refused her invitation to visit her home. And he said, when the time is right, I will come to you. And also he suggested her, assured her that he will go to her home when the time is right. Look at the line there. When the time is right, I will come to you. When these two were talking, suddenly the black knight showed its teeth. Wow. Look at the figure of speech, children. Here, it's a personification. This line is a personification, children. Keep in your mind. Okay, here that we can see the attribution of the human quality to the lifeless thing here. Okay. Attribution of the human quality to the lifeless thing in the sense, here the knight, it doesn't have the life, but showed its teeth. In the sense, it is showing the teeth. The teeth ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸೋದು ನಾವು ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ. ಹೌ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ದ ನೈಟ್ ಶೋ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಟೀತ್? But there is a symbolic comparison, children. I will come to that later, now. But here, the human quality of showing teeth is expressing in this line by the knight here. That is why it's a knight is a lifeless thing, and it has attributed with the human quality of showing teeth. That is why this type of comparisons are called the personification. Got it, children? Okay. So what does the poet mean here? What does the line mean here? Suddenly the black knight showed its teeth in a flash of lightning. ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿಂಚು ಬರೋದು. Okay. All of a sudden the lightning appeared on the sky. Okay. That comparison is said in this manner, children, here. Okay. All of a sudden the lightning appeared in the cloud. The storm rolled from the corner of the sky. All of a sudden the wind started blowing. And the woman trembled in fear for some unknown danger. The woman was trembled in the sense she observed some danger. When all of a sudden the wind started blowing and the night showed the lightning, she was trembled and she ran from that place. Okay. she ran to her home and she go away from that place, children. Got it? Have you understood these paragraphs, children? Yes, in these paragraphs that we saw that Upagupta was sleeping by the side of city wall of Mathura. It was the dark night. Vasavadatta, the dancing girl of that Mathura, when she was going to her home in that night, all of a sudden, unknowingly that she slipped because of Vasavadatta. So she excused him and she invited him to her home because that was not the right place to sleep. But he flatly refused, and he assured when the time will come, he will come to her. Got it? This is what that we have seen in these paragraphs, children. Got it? Let us see what happened next. A year has not yet passed. It was evening of a day in April in spring season. After this incident, a few days have passed, children, and a year not yet passed. No ವರ್ಷನೂ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Got it? It was evening of the day in April in spring season. See, after rainy season, the winter will come. After winter, the summer will come. Okay, the summer will follow. After summer, the spring will exist. Am I right? So, after 2 seasons, children, and during the time of spring season, especially April, May, June, this period will be considered as the spring season, children. This incident had occurred in August. Okay, see there. A year not yet passed. It was evening of a day in April in spring season. The branches of the wayside trees were full of blossom. Gay notes of the flute came floating in the warm spring air from afar. See here. The branches during a spring season that we can see the green leaves everywhere. So here the spring season is described by the poet in this paragraph. How he has described the spring here? Look at it. The branches of the wayside trees were full of blossom. Blossom in a sense here flowers. Okay, they were full of flowers. Gay notes of the flute came floating in the warm spring from the air from afar. The pleasant wind or the breeze which flow from one part to another, it shows the gay notes of the flute came. Gay notes in a sense, happy notes. That too by the humming sound of some insects. Okay, that too ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಒಂಥರ ಸೌಂಡನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಅದು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೇ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂತ, ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ರಿದಮಿಕ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಫ್ಲೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವಾರ್ಮ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಏರ್. ಗಾಳಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸೌಂಡು. ಈಗ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ತೆಂಗಿನ ಗರಿಗಳು ಪಟ 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 ಅಂತ ಪಡ್ಕೊತವೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಗಾಳಿ ಬಂದಾಗ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಪೋಯಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಗಾಟ್ ಇಟ್? So that is how, look here, how the poet has described the spring season in this paragraph, children. Got it? Okay. Shall we move on to the next one? Yes. When he was walking on the same city during the spring season, Upagupta passed through the city gates and stood at the base of the rampart. When he was walking on the city gates, passed through the city gates, he stood at the base of the rampart. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರ್ಯಾಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. ಆ ರ್ಯಾಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರ್ಯಾಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಬಿಗ್ ವಾಲ್, ಕೋಟೆ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು. He stopped there. All of a sudden he stopped there. Stood at the base of the rampart. And he looked. He examined carefully. He looked deep. Was that a woman lying at his feet in the shadow of the mango grove? Huh? Is it the same lady whom I had seen some years back, who was sleeping under the mango grove, shadow of the mango grove? ಆ ಮಾವಿನ ಮರದ ತೋಪಿನ ಆ ನೆರಳಿನ ಒಂದು ನೆರಳಿನ ಅಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಲೇಡಿ, ಅವಳೇನಾ ಇವಳು? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್. ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೇಡಿ? ಓಕೆ. Upagupta, when he was passing through the city gates, he had seen one of the women lying at his feet. ಇವನ ಕಾಲು ಕೆಳಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಯಾರೋ ಬುಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಒಂದು some lady was lying. It appears that lady is lying there. And that lady was struck with a black pestilence. Her body is spotted with the sores of smallpox. That lady struck with a black pestilence. Okay. And her body was spotted with the sores of smallpox. ಸಿಡುಬು ರೋಗ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಚಿಕನ್ ಪಾಕ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಿರ. ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇಡೀ ಮೈ ತುಂಬ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗುಳ್ಳೆಗಳಾಗಿರ್ತಾವೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಕಪ್ಪು ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಗುಳ್ಳೆಗಳು. Got it? So her body was covered with full of smallpox children. She was hurriedly driven away from the town. Why she was lying there? That lady was driven away, sent away from the city to the outside. Got it? She was sent away, driven away from the town, children. Why she was driven away from the town? To avoid her poisonous contagion. Because that is an infectious disease. Smallpox, chickenpox are the infectious disease like the COVID-19 now. See what the people will do, what the medical officers will do for the COVID affected people, children. They were maintained in isolation. They will taken to the quarantine. Am I right? They are not allowed to mingle with the public, isn't it? Why do the COVID affected people will be looked after in such way, children? Because that is an infectious disease. It will spread from one person to another. In that way, during that period also, okay, nowadays that we have a vaccines for the smallpox and chickenpox children. We didn't get the vaccine for the COVID-19 children, but we have got the vaccine for the smallpox and chickenpox children. During that period, they don't have any vaccines and vaccination children. That's why it was a infectious disease. That is why that she was sent away from the city, driven away from the city. Why? To avoid her poisonous contagions. Okay, to avoid the spread of the disease. The young ascetic sat by her side, took her head on his knees. See, nobody cared to talk to such people who have some infectious disease. Okay, even the family members also avoid to go and talk to them. Right? But here, though she was suffering from the smallpox, though she has the infectious disease, the ascetic sat by her side. Upagupta went and sit by the side of that lady and took her head on his knees. See, ಅವಳ ತಲೆಯನ್ನು ತನ್ನ ಕಾಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಲಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ. He showed some concern. He showed the carefulness to that lady, though she was driven away from the entire city. Look at the kind nature of this person. And what he did, and he moistured her lips with water and smeared her body with the sandal balm. ಅವಳ ತುಟಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರನ್ನು ಕುಡಿಸಿ ಓಕೆ ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ. ಅಂಡ್ ಈ ಸ್ಮಿಯರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಗಂಧವನ್ನು ತೇದು ಓಕೆ ಈ ಸ್ಮಿಯರ್ಡ್ ಹಚ್ದ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಟು ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಸ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಬಾಮ್ ಗಂಧವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಡೀ ಅವಳ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಈ ಸ್ಮಿಯರ್ಡ್ her body with a sandal balm. He took care of that lady, children. When he did all these things, children, when he did all these things, the lady asked, "Who are you, merciful one?" asked the woman. when everyone are driven away, when everyone are neglect this lady, but this person has come to nurse her. That's why that she couldn't understand and identify him. That's why she asked, "Who are you, merciful one, kind-hearted one?" Merciful in the sense, kind-hearted one. When she asked, "The time at last has come to visit you, and I am here," replied the young ascetic. Upagupta replied, "The time has come to visit you. That is why I am come here. You were invited me on that day, na? I have told you, yes, I will come some other day. Yes, now the time has come to visit you. That is why I come to visit and talk to you." This is what he answered. Look at the simplicity, sympathetic attitude, helping nature of Upagupta here. Understood, children? Understood? Yes. They will ask the summary, ask you to write the summary of this poem, children. I hope that you will write the summary. Understood this poem and will write the summary. Have you understood? See, Upagupta is a poem by Rabindranath Tagore. In this poem, he describes Upagupta, the dancing girl. Upagupta is a disciple of Buddha. One day, he was sleeping by the side of Mathura in the dark night. Vasavadatta, a dancing girl of Mathura, unknowingly touched him and he was startled in the night. Got it? She told that ground is not fit bed for him. That's why she invited him to her home. But he did not go. He said, "When the time will arrive, I will come to you." Got it? After some days, when she was driven away from the city because that she was suffering from the infectious disease, Upagupta went and nursed her. Got it? And then he said that the time has come, that's why he had come to help her. Got it, children? This is what that we have to write if they ask the summary, children. You do one thing. Yes. Write the summary of this poem and show it to me tomorrow. Have you understood, children? Okay. Thank you. I hope that you have understood this poem and will write the summary in the next class.